Alright, I think we're up. Hey everybody, welcome aboard. Captain Mike here. Today we're going to run a Republic Airlines flight, Flight 3576, with nonstop service from Pittsburgh to Newark. In the real world, they did this ride in 1 hour and 17 minutes. We'll probably be a little bit quicker than that. I have SayIntentions set up with a Boeing checklist now, so we're going to try that this run and see how that's going to work out. Aircraft's cold and dark. I basically just got in here with the paperwork, so let's get going. Alright, DC battery selected to bat. DC battery switch is on guarded. Standby power is auto guarded. Alternate flaps are off guarded. Fuel pump switches are off. Wipers are set to park. Hydraulic pumps electric 2 and 1 off. Landing gears down. We have 3 green. Weather radar is set to test. Master caution reset. Fault in op. And overheat fire test. Alright, ground power is available. We're going to get on ground power. Confirm with the AC selector. We're going to get set for unconditioned air right now. The galley power is on. Going to line our IRS. Emergency exit lights are on. Let's just cycle the trim air switch. Enter our present position. And we are in KPIT. So what's in the database for Pittsburgh is pretty close to what the IRS is picking up, so we don't have an issue there. Let's get some pressure in here. Let me try restarting that. My air manager gauges don't seem to be working here. Okay, that's looking good now. Alright, yeah, brake pressure gauges are right now. Alright, let's get the brakes set here. Alright, flaps are up, and showing up. Let's get the logo light and position lights here, and you can come on off. And let's run through that checklist. Originator checklist, please.
Originator. Dispatch load sheet.
Our load data sheet is on board.
Fuel pump switches.
Fuel pump switches are off.
Wipers.
Wipers are set to park.
Hydraulic pumps.
Electric hydraulic pumps 2 and 1 are off.
Landing gear lever.
Landing gear levers down, 3 greens.
Weather radar.
Weather radar is set to test.
Originator checklist complete.
Alright, so that section is done. Let's move on to the pre-flight. Leading edge devices test. Service interphone is off. Reversers are extinguished. EEC switches are on guarded. Crew oxygen is 14,000. Passenger oxygen is normal guarded. Crew oxygen is normal guarded. Let's just check that and make sure that's good. Mach speed warning test 1 and 2. Stall warning. Might be a little too early for stall warning. We'll come back to that. 3 green on the landing gear. PSCU is out. Let's check our oxygen flow. Oxygen flow is good. Lights test. Alright, lights test looks good. Alright, flight controls A and B are on guarded, alternate flaps are off guarded, spoils A and B are on guarded, your dampers on. VHF nav is normal, IRS is normal, FMC is normal, source selectors auto, control panel is normal, fuel temperature is fine, cross feed check, fuel pumps are off. Cross feed check is good, AC/DC panel is set, galley power is on, equipment supplies and exhaust is normal, emergency exit lights are armed, no smoking seatbelt sign is on, window heat, and we'll run the overheat test, TAT test. Wing and engine anti-ice are off. Hydraulic pumps, electric 2 and 1 are off. 3 entranceways are open. Test on the flight data recorder. Pressurization panel is all zeroed out. Temperature back there is nice and comfortable. And let's reset the master. Overheat test. Wing body, master AC, that's looking pretty good. Alright, recirc fans are set to auto. Packs are set to auto. Isolation valve is open. Gens are on, APU is off, so we are set for unconditioned air. Today's ride is flight level 290. And let's check our outflow valve. Alright, that's all looking pretty good. Our lights are good. We're going to use the left igniter for this ride. Alright, let's get ATIS clearance and then program the flight management computer. Let me grab this here for a second. Grab these frequencies. Let's have ATIS.
Initial contact, you have information Romeo.
Alright.
Pittsburgh International Airport, information Romeo. 0051 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 32, 28 center, 28 left, 28 right.
We've got 28 right.
Com. Visibility 10.
Alright, that's looking good.
Scattered at 5,000. Broken at 8500.
It's going to be 7.
Temperature 7. Dew point
3006.
Altimeter 3006. Density altitude
Cross-check that.
300 feet. Advise on initial contact, you have information Romeo.
It's all looking pretty good.
Pittsburgh International Airport, information Romeo. 0051 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 32, 28 center, 28 left, 28 right. Wind calm. Visibility 10.
And we've got Romeo.
Scattered at 5,000. Broken at 8500. Temperature
Winds
7.
are calm.
Dew point 2. Altimeter 3006.
Alright, that's looking pretty good.
Density
Let's
altitude
get clearance.
300 feet.
Clearance
Advise on initial contact, you have information Romeo.
126.
Pittsburgh International Airport, information Romeo.
That was 75.
0051 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 32.
Pittsburgh clearance, good evening. Republic 3576. Looking for IFR clearance as filed to Newark with the Romeo.
I'm working on that clearance. Stand by.
Transition, then file, maintain 1010,000, squawk 2571. So 2199, clear to the cut 2 departure, anchor transition as filed, 10,000, and squawk 2571.
Brickyard 3576, Pittsburgh clearance cleared to Newark Liberty. Radar vectors Elwood City, then is filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 29010 minutes after departure. Departure on 119.35, squawk 3223. Expect runway 28 right.
Good morning, Delta 1069.
Cleared to Newark Liberty via radar vectors EWC, then is filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. We expect flight level 290 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 119.35, squawk 3223, and we can expect runway 28 right on the way out, Republic 3576. We're good up to 5.
Brickyard 3576, read back correct contact ground on 121.9er.
And we'll bring that up, and 3223, that is in. Let's get our route programmed here. Pittsburgh, we're going to Newark. And this is a Republic flight, RPA 3576.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Republic Airways and the entire crew, Welcome aboard Flight 3576.
And we've got
Departing
runway
from
28
Pittsburgh
right on the way
International
out,
Airport
and we
heading
are
to Newark,
direct
New Jersey.
Elwood.
Please take your seats according to your boarding passes and store your
And
hand
we've
luggage in the
got
overhead bins or under the seats in front of
Pens
you.
to
If you require any assistance,
FQM.
do not hesitate to contact any member of the crew. Thank you for your attention.
921, jump to 937. You're 327, follow the Delta code RJ, cross 22 right, and monitor 1239. Alright, follow Delta
And we're not going to go that far out.
327.
Alright, let's have a look at today's ride. Alright, we're direct EWC Elwood
Chinese 13 heavy roger on the 31 route, taxi Charlie 6, left Charlie, hold short Delta.
to a Wombat.
Charlie, hold short at Delta, 600.
Right, BT. Wombat to Toaster.
Cross 22 right at Golf, JetBlue 28 rounds.
Toaster to Slate Run, SLT.
Hello, 011 heavy, turn right, Delta Bravo.
And that's
left
going
Alpha.
to be 4130. That's the one we want. From there, we're into FQM.
Ground triple 1179 Delta Alpha with Tango.
Triple 1179, ground, take me 31 left, turn right Alpha, hold short of Golf.
Triple 1179
FQM hazed. Raggy. Pens.
Alaska 34.
Sweet. And then we're going to get picked up here. That's looking pretty good. Let's have a look at some charts now. We're direct on the way out. Let me have a Newark.
Continue Bravo, Juliet, cross runway 4 left.
Bravo, Juliet, cross 4 left, American 2305. Verify, you want us to take
Alright, we are good except for ATC restrictions. That's looking pretty good.
Heavy left to right.
Alright, direct Elwood. Bad. Pens.
780, do you know where you're parking?
Sweet.
It's going to be a Delta or Delta Alpha entry 780.
You know what, just turn left Mike, left Alpha, and bring the other way. You see, we all have all these closures here, so make the left on Alpha, short of uniform. Right.
Alright, we'll double back on Alpha.
That's
short
going
uniform,
to be-
JetBlue 780, thanks.
Alright, now let me have... That's Stillwater, right?
Alaska 41 at Foxtrot, cross 22 right.
And we're going to...
Foxtrot, cross 22 right, Yankee Hill Trip.
Okay.
JetBlue 1903 at Juliet, follow American, monitor 1239.
Okay, at Juliet, follow American and 1239.
Let's bring that up now. We're going to take you to Kilmar.
Lalo, they want to continue on Bravo and right on
Kilmar. Into Gritty.
Ground JetBlue 2204 off Bravo.
And Cowie.
Do you know where you're parking?
I get to 11.
And that is looking pretty good.
Hold for the mic, I'm going to have some obstruction traffic to get out of the way first.
Alright, sure, Mike, for now, JetBlue 2204.
Right. Gritty. And then we're swinging, and we're going to come into runway 29. This is going to be interesting.
We're on a 3 mile final, make the right turn Delta, cross 31 right.
That looks pretty good.
Right
Alright, let me have...
1 left.
Let's get our payload now.
Alpha, hold short, cross.
Alright, fuel this ride is going to be 16.2.
31 right, cross.
And let's see, fuel 16.2. Payload is 39.6. Alright, you give us a zero fuel weight of 134.6, 28.8.
Cal 2 heavy count on the ground, runway 31 left. Taxi right Alpha, hold short, Juliet.
134.6, 28.8. We're also going to need our final reserve. Alright. Zero fuel weight. is in. Final reserve is going to be 7.0.
Ground 31 left. Taxi via...
Course index this ride, CI is 18. And we're at flight level 290. Let's get our cruise winds. Top of climb, 270 at 117. OAT is going to be 2.
Here's at 454. When you get the mic, join
We're not going to derate. CG I said was 28.8. Flaps 5. Takeoff 432 on a trim. And what do we have here? The winds are calm. Let's see. We've got an upslope. 0.3. And we've got a heading of 280. Alright, engine out's going to be a $149. We're at 2.9er, we'll put in 20,000, 15,000, and 10,000. Alright, top of descent. We're looking at 0, and right now we're looking at... I didn't write it on my cheat sheet. I thought I did.
American maintenance. You can proceed via Sierra and Alpha. Proceed via Sierra
and
Alpha, American.
Alright, top of descent. Let's see, 20,275 at 92. 15,264 at 58. And 10,273 at 38. And that is looking pretty good.
Ramp has asked us if we could hold short for kilo box for inbound or actually outbound aircraft.
Delta 157 Heavy, roger, that's approved, and you could proceed to...
Okay.
Copy as approved in Delta 157. Slow down up to 771 Heavy is come out of the Hotel Bravo with information fixed taxi.
Delta 771 Heavy ground, runway 31 left, taxi right Alpha, Juliet, cross runway 4 left.
Alright, 31 left via right turn Alpha, Juliet, cross 4 left, Delta 771 Heavy.
Alright, airport elevation is 1203. That is set. Decision height is going to be a deuce.
Check 569, monitor tower 119.1.
Cross check that.
Check 569.
Alright. 281, 281, 111.7.
1179, put across to your right at Golf Zulu, monitor 23.9.
Alright, that's set, that's set, that's set. Ground is in, tower is 128.3.
Continue Alpha, hold short Juliet. Continue Alpha, hold short Juliet.
What'd they give us for departure? 119.35. And center is 126.
Runway 31 left, follow the traffic.
Alright, so the pedestal is good. I'll take terrain, position, data, airport, station. I'm on the master. You're on the slave. You can have weather, station, airport, data, and position. Okay, and we are looking at 21 on the way out. And we are cleared up to 5. Alright, that is set eyes. My clock is good. Nose wheel steering is normal guarded. Primary flight display, artificial horizon is level. Ground speed 045 on the speed tape. V1 is 140, 149 on the engine out. 021 on the heading. Decision height's 200 if we have to come back. Local pressure is 3006, and we are cleared up to 5. I've got terrain on the nav display. And the standby gauges are set. N1 is set. Auto speed reference set. Auto reset the fuel flow. Auto brake selector is set. We are all looking good here. Let that run amok. Okay, and bottles are full. Cargo test. That's looking pretty good. Let's get that test done. And that test is done. Let's check that stall warning now. Should be long enough. There we go. Alright, that's good. Alright, let's get these doors buttoned up. Let's get ready to get out of here.
Crossing, descend. Descend, crossing, descend. Descend, descend now. Descend, descend now. Increase climb. Increase climb. Increase descent. Increase descent. Maintain vertical speed. Maintain vertical speed.
And let's get on APU.
Monitor vertical speed. TCAS test. Pass.
And we'll do the long test.
Flight slow. Pull up.
Jump 119, give way to Delta.
Wind shear.
Around the corner
Wind
here,
shear.
crossing and fall up
Wind
to
shear.
Give way to Delta,
Get up.
across 12
Sink rate. Sink rate. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up.
I think I'm going to have to put some
Don't sink.
aluminum grease down here for these rails. They're getting a little stiff.
Gear. Too low. Flaps. Too low.
Alright,
Terrain.
we're waiting on the APU here.
Bank angle. Bank angle.
Approaching minimums.
You guys have the transport.
Yeah, it's number
2500.
There we go. Broken out, jump 119, you can monitor 123.9.
43.9.
400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40.
778, continue on Alpha, hold short of Victor Alpha.
Alpha short, Victor Alpha, jump with 78.
Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Too low. Terrain. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
Calling at Delta,
Pull
cross
up.
right.
Great reduct.
Obstacle. 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 Ahead. Pull up.
Alright, the APU is up. Let's get on APU.
Out of Delta Alpha with Victor.
We got juice. And let's just say we waited a minute.
Alpha, hold short of Juliet.
And we're on APU bleed. Let's get disconnected from the gate. And let's call for push.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up. 780 to the left Victor Alpha, then right Bravo.
Left Victor Alpha, right Bravo, copy, check with 7.
And let's move this over. I want to see if this is going to work as well. They can wait on us.
31 at Julia, they're going to follow at 747. He's caution, monitor 91.
Pre-flight checklist, please.
74, monitor tower, Alaska 31.
And when I say we had 28 right.
Oxygen.
American 2557, monitor 1239, good night.
239 for American 2558.
I confirm.
Oxygen checked and tested.
Nav transfer switches.
Nav transfer switch is set to normal.
Hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Display switches.
Display switch is set to normal.
Window heat.
The top super tug was short of Bravo.
We're staying super tug, roger. First season.
Window heat switches are on.
Alright, right Bravo, short November, the top tug.
Pressurization mode selector.
Checked, set to auto.
Ground up to 958, heavy, they're
Parking
talking
brake.
Bravo 37 now, so we'll be,
Parking brake is set.
Bravo.
Up to 958 heavy, left Mike, left Bravo.
Left Mike, left Bravo, that's 958 heavy.
Parking brake is set.
Start levers.
Okay.
Tow
And just start levers to cut off.
Release parking brake.
0803 Grand, runway
Not clear what you said. Say again.
Right Alpha, Ultra to Hotel.
Alpha Short Hotel 5.
Engine start levers set to cut off. I got it now. Alright, that's good. We are all set here.
Not clear what you said. Say again.
Alright, well, we're done with that checklist.
Super tug, continue via Bravo.
Continue on Bravo to down super tug.
Pittsburgh ground, good evening. Republic 3576 with you. Terminal Alpha Gate 4. Ready for push and start with Romeo.
Far left of Juliet, jump below 17.
Brickyard 3576, Pittsburgh ground, push and start approved, tail west.
Alright, we're good to go. So, Get that going. And we'll release the brake.
Starting push back. And you may start engine.
Alright, pack switches are off. Pressure's good, anti-collision lights coming on. We're starting 2.
R94 company, next drive on a 5-mile final at Echo, cross 31 right, proceed via Charlie.
R94 single in company, closing at 21 right. Ground at 4975, Golf, turn Alpha.
4975 ground, runway 31 left. Cross, and ATC right at Golf, right turn Zulu.
311 left, cross 22 right, Golf, and Zulu, December 49. Canadiana, making Pittsburgh 1, requesting company hangar to November Charlie.
2 is stable. It's locked. Jet 2. We've got choose. Isolation valve is closed. Right back to auto. Pressure's good. We're starting 1.
American 1274, Bravo Juliet, cross feature right.
Bravo Juliet, clear to cross, 12. Ground, Delta Truck 11 on Golf, shut off and requesting Quebec 2.
Delta Truck 11 ground, proceed right Alpha, hold short of Quebec.
Alpha shut of Quebec, Delta Truck 11. Ground, hello, JetBlue 8611, Delta Alpha STR.
JetBlue 8611 ground, it's going to be runway 31 left, turn right Alpha, hold short hotel.
Right on Alpha, hold short hotel for 31 left, JetBlue 8611.
Alright, 1 is stable.
Complete, set parking brake. Disconnecting tow.
Alright, 1 is locked. Jet 1. Good. And we've got a clean board.
Ground, Connie 932, Korean Air Cargo with Victor ready for taxi.
Connie 932, heavy ground, runway 4 left, taxi Romeo, right Bravo, hold short Kilo.
Right Romeo, right Bravo, hold short of Connie 932.
JetBlue 2093, cross 22 right at hotel, then Zulu, monitor 1239.
Cross 22 right at hotel, Zulu, monitor tower 239, JetBlue 2090.
So it's disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
4611, left turn Bravo, short November.
Alright.
Left turn Bravo, short November 41, left break 4611.
And they are gone. Alright, let's have you. UTA auto off test.
Up to 670 heavy, crossing air 4 left at Juliet.
Cross 4 left at Juliet, Delta 3.
Double 8611, cross 22 right at hotel, then Zulu, monitor.
Before taxi checklist, please.
22 right on hotel, then right on Zulu, monitor tower 23.
Before taxi.
8611.
Engine generations.
And we are good here.
American 1274, follow the JetBlue Zulu, tower 1.
Engine generators are checked and set.
Probe heat switches.
Probe heat switches are set to on.
Anywhere you parking?
Isolation valve is set to auto.
Isolation valve.
Isolation valve is set to off.
Juliet, cross 22 right, follow the American, tower
Recall.
190.1.
Alright, Juliet, cross 22 right, follow American next.
And yeah. And recall check, we've got a clean board. That's a 6-pack.
Auto brake selector.
Number 49.
Auto brake selector is set to rejected takeoff.
Juliet, follow the Delta 76.
Engine start selectors.
239, number 49.
Check, set. Idle detent. It's hard for me to read that. I can't remember what I put in there.
Flight controls.
Juliet, left Bravo, short of hotel, Delta 279 early.
Flight controls check, free and clear.
Ground equipment.
Check, confirm clear.
Africa Air 4767.
Before taxi checklist complete.
Courtesy ready for taxi uniform.
Alright, so that's looking pretty good.
Follow company upper right to the runway 31 left for Air 4767.
Pittsburgh ground, Republic 3576 with you. Terminal Alpha Gate 4. Ready to taxi to runway 28 right.
American 44, heavy ground, runway 31 left, behind company.
I can't help with that unless I'm in charge of the comms, mate.
Short of November.
What?
Follow the company 31
I
left.
missed that.
Bravo short November and Recap 4658, follow the...
Alright, didn't get it.
Right, I'm under the 1239, so
Pittsburgh ground, good evening. Republic 3576 with you. Terminal Alpha Gate 4. Looking to taxi to runway 28 right.
Collection at 437, Juliet, cross runway 22 right, follow the Delta aircraft, Mach 119.
Brickyard 3576, runway 28 right taxi via Victor 2, Tango, Charlie, Bravo 1.
Clear to taxi to runway 28 right via Victor 2, Tango, Charlie, Bravo 1, Republic 3576. I'm going to have to kick that volume up some. I can barely hear that.
T118 Heavy, good afternoon, please taxi. Take ground, JetBlue 8611, we're on hotel just across T2 right. We got a malfunction that we need to troubleshoot. Is there a good spot for us to hold?
JetBlue 8611, right Yankee, hold short, Juliet.
Right Yankee, hold short Juliet, JetBlue 11, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now pushing back for our flight to Newark Liberty International
Victor
Airport.
2 to
The
Tango,
estimated flight time
left
is
on
approximately
Tango.
55 minutes. Please pay close attention to the upcoming safety demonstration as it contains important information for everyone, even frequent flyers. Fasten your seat belts by inserting the metal fitting into the buckle and pulling the strap to tighten. The seat belt must remain fastened whenever the seat belt sign is illuminated. Return your seat backs and tray tables to the upright position and ensure window blinds are open for takeoff and landing. Mobile phones and electronic devices must be set to flight mode. Laptops and larger devices must be securely stowed during takeoff and landing.
Okay,
Smoking
Victor
and the use
2.
of e-cigarettes are prohibited anywhere on board, including the lavatories. Oxygen masks will drop automatically if needed. Pull the mask firmly, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Secure your own mask before assisting others. Life vests are located under your seat or between the seats. To use, pull the vest out, place it over your head, and fasten it. Inflate it only after leaving the aircraft. Special life vests for children are available. Floor-level lighting will guide you to the nearest exit, which is clearly marked. There are 2 exits at the front and 2 at the rear of the aircraft. The nearest exit may be
Alright,
behind
we've
you.
got Tango to Charlie, right? Yep.
Leave all personal belongings
Tango
on the
Charlie,
floor and
Bravo
follow
1.
Safety instructions from the crew immediately. If any electronic device becomes hot or catches fire, please inform a crew member immediately. The safety information card in your seat pocket contains all details. Thank you for your attention.
Follow the crew, cross hotel, and monitor ground, and monitor tower 1 2. Ground hello, Delta 13-7, Hotel Bravo, short of Alpha, for uniform taxi.
Delta 37, ground runway 31 left, taxi right Alpha, left Juliet, cross runway 4 left.
Right Alpha, Juliet, cross 4 left, Delta 37 for 31 left.
Don't have to worry about de-icing.
Triple 8611 to your coordinate assistance? Not at this time, we're still troubleshooting. We're talking with dispatch right now, Triple 8611. For Africa 5699 is golf short of Alpha with Victor.
Brickyard 3576, contact tower on 128.3 so long.
Contact Tower 128.3, Republic 3576. Good night. Yeah, I gotta kick that volume up. I can't even hear that. And this should be Bravo.
783 Mike, contact departure, take care.
Okay, thank you, 783 Mike.
And we're holding short Bravo 1 now.
American 1375.
Alright, let's get rid of that chart. We are direct. Pittsburgh Tower, good evening. Republic 3576. With you, hold short, runway 28 right, ready for departure.
Hotel, Papa, cross 25 right, 175, 309.
Brickyard 3576, Pittsburgh Tower, runway 28 right, winds 260 at 3, fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Republic 3576.
American 1454 LA Tower, you're following an Airbus 321, 4.5 miles ahead, runway 25 left, 320.
Get you going, we'll get you going. That is set, that is set. Let's have a quick peek. And you know what? I should do it through here. Let me do it through here. Make sure that's going to work. Before takeoff, checklist, please. Let's boogie on out of here.
Before takeoff.
South 2726, Hotel to Papa, cross 25 right in the ground, 0.75, take care. Papa, cross 25 right, then the ground, good day, Southwest 27.
Check, flaps are set for takeoff.
Brickyard 3576, say again please.
2922, Tower, taxi for lane.
Check, flaps set for
Approaching
takeoff.
Runway 28 right.
Stabilizer trim.
Stabilizer trim checked and set.
American 1454 Tower, runway 25 left,
Before takeoff checklist complete.
Alright, we are good to go. 40% on the throttles. Stable, toga.
American 35 Pop, cross 25 right in the ground, 0.75. 0.75 after we cross 25 right of Pop, American 1355.
Thrust set. Airspeed's active.
80 knots.
Check. Throttle hold. We're stable through 80.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
400.
Let's see if she can handle this. This is a wicked turn. Oh, that's a great view. I know the camera's not doing it justice, but that looks good. Now let's switch on over here.
Brickyard 3576, contact departure on 119.35.
Contact departure 119.35, Republic 3576. Good night. Pittsburgh departure, good evening, Republic 3576 with you, climbing through 3600 for 5,000, inbound EWC, heading 021.
Brickyard 3576, Pittsburgh departure, radar contact.
1,000 to go.
See if they're going to let us continue on up. No restrictions on the charts. Flaps 1, speed check. Yeah, nothing from them.
Brickyard
Oh, here we go.
3576, climb and maintain flight level 220.
Climb and maintain flight level 220, Republic 3576. Flaps up, speed check. 220. Would have been nice if that was just a touch earlier. Let's go back here.
Flight 910, turn left heading 220 direct L back. Left 220 direct L back,
Brickyard 3576, direct Elwood City, then as filed, please.
Direct Elwood City, then is filed, Republic 3576. They do this all the time. We are direct Elwood right now. Get a little air in here.
Contact, I maintain 4,000, flighting 280. What's your first set? 280 to 4,000, first business line. Fairwing 1401, contact departure 124.75 today. 2475, 1401 gauge.
10 miles out of Elwood City, for those that may know the area.
910, contact departure 124.75 today. 2475, Southline 910, switching to the
On 250 knot climb out, we're just getting ready to come up on 10,000.
Departure, Fairwing 3169, leaving 1,000, climbing 3,000. 3169.
And that's 10,000. And now we look at here. Pressure's coming up nicely. Temperature back there is nice and comfortable. And 1 and 2 EGT, oil pressure, temperature, quantity, vibrations looking good, as well as our hydraulics. At the takeoff checkoff list.
Say again.
At the takeoff checklist, please.
5,000, turn left, 280. Maintain 5,000.
After takeoff.
280,
Engine bleeds.
Engine bleeds are set to on.
Pack switches.
Pack switches are set to auto.
10,000, 10,000, 0,000,
Landing gear.
Landing gear is set to up and off.
Flaps.
Flaps are set to up. Indicator lights are extinguished.
After takeoff checklist complete.
All right, that's Elwood. We should have 14.6 on the fuel, 14.6. 11.1 when we get into Newark, 3:13 to go. 60 miles will be a cruise. Once we complete this turn, we'll let them out of their seats. And we are inbound Wombat. And that's going to 61.
Good morning, 659 out of 800 feet, quantity 3,000. Guys, 259 here in Sparks. Good morning, radar contact.
Brickyard 3576, climb and maintain flight level 290.
Climb maintain, flight level 290, Republic 3576. All right, so that clears us up to cruise.
Fairway 3169, contact departure 124.75. Have a good day.
That's coming into range.
Good day, Fairway 3169. Yeah, 659, turn left heading 280, higher on the turn. 280, United 69. That's 659, climb maintain 6,000. 659, up to 6,000 now, heading 280.
Brickyard 3576, contact Cleveland Center on 125.425.
Our contact Cleveland Center 124.425, Republic 3576. Good night. And we put that back so I can see what that is here. There we go. I have to write any of this stuff down. Cleveland Center, good evening, Republic 3576 with you, climbing through 17.5, flight level 290, inbound Wombat, heading 061.
Brickyard 3576, Cleveland Center, good morning.
And that's 18, standard pressure, cross-check that. Pressure's coming up nicely, temperature back there is nice and comfortable.
November Lima via radar vector. Fly heading 360, climb maintain 6,000.
Right now we are probably about 140 miles out of the arrival into Newark. And Wombat, we should have 13.9. We're 13.9 on the fuel right now. Holding 11.1 when we get in to do it. 288 left to go. Another 37 miles will be at cruise. And we are inbound Toaster 076.
Center 40, checking on. Center 40, gonna roger up lower in 1 minute.
Oh, hey, Tombstone, how's it going, man?
Yeah, we just want to maybe...
Yeah, a little night flight. I'm actually taking a look at SayIntentions checklist. Well, automated co-pilot, I guess, checklist calls them off. It's working pretty good so far.
782, radar contact 10 miles north of Marathon and verify you're at 340 heading. Star 121 Lima Joy, contact approach 124.02.
2402 for Lima Joy, thanks.
Yeah, I'm having a pretty good day, man. I'm glad you're having a good one. Yeah, it's my second ride here today. So that's a pretty good day. And today is my birthday. Today I turned 65. Ouch. My wife made me chicken cordon bleu for dinner, and I had little birthday cupcakes with her cream puff filling stuffed inside of them. So they were mighty nice. Oh, you're using Beyond ATC? Yeah, I signed up for the yearly sub. I signed up over 2 years ago. Matter of fact, I'm almost getting ready for my third year coming up here. I think in, what, another 3 months? I think it's great. And it's only been getting better with every rendition that's come out. So now they have the co-pilot checklist in here, which is working pretty decent. I even put in the Boeing flow. I put everything in here that's in this, and I ran through it. It actually did a pretty decent job. I had to repeat myself a couple of times on a couple of items, but actually worked rather well. Now I'm just running the checklist. I'll hit all the flow items and then just let the checklist pop up. $58 on the 12th. Ah, you're still in the 50s, huh? Not bad. Yeah, 65. It's amazing how much junk mail you get from everybody about turning 65s, Social Security benefits, and Medicare. Man. Making out here. Pressures come up nicely. Temperature's nice and comfortable. N1, N2, EGT, oil pressure, temperature, quantity, vibrations looking pretty good, as well as our hydraulics. Another great run from cold and dark, just about on up to cruise. Now let's see, Republic did this ride in 1 hour and 17 minutes. It's 24 minutes right now from the gate 13 since we entered the runway. We're looking at what, 2:55 left to go. We're due in about 40 odd minutes, not even, 35 minutes. So we are a little bit ahead of the game, but Republic doesn't run 737, so not surprised we're a touch ahead. And that means we're coming up on cruise. And we're about 100 miles out of the arrival now into Newark. And we're going to be using runway 29er. I haven't done that one in a while, so we're going to be coming up, making a left-hand turn coming in. That's going to be pretty interesting. Hey Jay, I didn't see you sneak in here, man. Welcome. This is X-Plane. When I fly at night, I run X-Plane. When I fly in the daytime, I run 2024. I prefer the night lighting in X-Plane. I have more control over it.
There's 908 Mike Alpha. Left and right deviations are approved, and I'll have them into your route shortly. For now, when able fighting.
Dear guests, the cabin crew will now begin the snack and beverage service. We have some delightful options available, including our signature cheese platter.
The timing actually seems pretty decent with some of the messages that are coming out now.
Selected items from the Republic Airways shop will be
Rather
available
nice.
for your convenience. Thank you for your
And
attention.
continuing with the flight we had earlier today, we've got 111 knot tailwind helping us along. We had just about that earlier today. Got in a little early. That was Chicago into Pittsburgh. That's coming into range now. 7.
This is 644, that's unavailable right now. I have 37 or 33.
I guess we're near Keating right about now, for those that may know the area.
370.
It's actually pretty nice out. Stars all over the place. I've got lights basically out to the horizon, and the left and the right. Looking pretty good. Not in the real world, no. The only thing good about going to Newark is I'm that much closer to real good pizza. I'm trying to get her a little bit lower so she sounds a little more muffled behind the door, but every time I said it, it doesn't seem to work right, so I've pretty much given up. But I do need to get that first officer up a little bit. He is like just way too low, and I think that might be all the way up.
Richard 3484, I have your second. Maintaining flight level 210.
Yeah, that's full blast. So I cannot get him any higher unless I do some kind of okey-doke finagling with windows and whatnot. Maybe an outside program. Equalizer or something like that. I haven't seen that kind of stuff anymore. Not like it was back in the 70s and 80s, man. You had a whole rack. All right, we're coming up on Toaster. Toaster, 12.8. We're 12.8 on the fuel. 10.9 when we get in, 220 to go. And just about 110 to top of descent. And we are inbound SLT. That's going to be 99. That's going to be coming into range. So we're inbound Slate Run now, and we're going to be leaving Cleveland's airspace in just a bit, and we're going to enter New York's.
American 1834, contact center 135.1.
And we are 70 miles out of the arrival now into Newark. Just about 100 miles we're going to start down.
Brickyard 3484, turn 10, 10 degrees right, vector traffic. Maintaining up flight level 310.
It would be nice if I could separate all this stuff into different channels. Have all the outside sounds down below the deck on the surround sound where it is now. Have the ATC coming through over the through the overhead, and then having the co-pilot coming through the headset. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. On the SI map, yeah, I don't know how you get. Some people have found me on that map. I have no idea how that works. I'm lucky I was able to get the checklist V2 to work. but I'm not sure. Some people have found me. I've even had a message pop up on you telling me I was on. So someone's able to see it, but I'm just not sure how. All right, we're coming up on Slate Run. Slate Run, we should have 12.6. We're 12.6 on the fuel. 10.9 when we get in, holding. Just about 200 left to go. 90 miles, we're on our way down. Just about 10 minutes, 9 minutes, we're on our way in. And we're inbound FQN. That's going to be 111. Contact Cleveland Center on 124.325. Republic 3576. Good night. Cleveland Center, good evening. Republic 3576. With you, flight level 290. Inbound FQM heading 111.
Brickyard 3576, Cleveland Center, good morning.
And that's Williamsport. We're on jet route 854. No, 584. Yes, that's Alexia kicking it again. Did I lose my transmissions? Some frequencies don't seem to work between SayIntentions and X-ATC Chatter for some reason. I'm hoping it picks up comp too. There we go. And we should be coming into New York's airspace here. We should be getting a handoff.
76, contact New York Center.
There you go.
127.725.
Contact New York Center on 127.725. Republic 3576. Good night. New York Center, good evening. Republic 3576 with you. Flight level 290. Inbound Williamsport heading 112. That's going to be Buck 12, and that's coming into range now.
Brickyard 3576, New York Center, good morning.
Okay, very good. Sounds good. We'll let you know. Here we go. Number 3925.
I think I'm going to try and make the text down here a little bit bigger, make it easier for me to read. Getting older definitely doesn't make it easy to read this text. This text is tiny. I mean, if I get a little closer, I can read it. Usually, you get older, you got to be like this, but I got to be like this in order to see it. 110 knot headwind, tailwind actually, pushing us along now. Nice, what are we cruising? I got us cruising at 715. So we're definitely saving fuel this run. We're going to start down at another 60 miles, just about 170 left to go.
00110,000.
Yeah, I guess it must be automatic because I don't think I said anything in here to do that. I don't think they hear my transmissions though.
Brickyard 4384, clear direct bridge. Aircraft off the Marathon, looking for go ahead.
All right, that's coming into range, and we're coming into Williamsport. That's going to put us on the arrival. All right, we've got what? Pens 2. And we're going to to take Penns 2 to Stillwater. And then Stillwater, we're going to come looping around, left-hand turn into runway 29er. I don't think I've hit that runway in years. So this should be interesting. Matter of fact, let's take a look at that. And where are we? Right. That's going to be an RNAV Zulu from Kilma. Oh, that should be a nice view. Although it's a left-hand turn, though. Hopefully you get a good view out there left here. And what do we have here? We're at gate Charlie 84. Where are you? Charlie 84. I want gates. What did I say? Charlie.
Charlie
84. There you are, Concourse Charlie 1, gate 84. We're right by Robert Frank. So we've got a little bit of a taxi, but not too bad. Alright. And don't look too shabby. And back to Penns 2.
Sierra 4555 from level 300.
Sierra 4555 and a run.
Alright, and we are coming up on Williamsport. That puts us on the arrival. We should have 12 in the fuel. We're 12. 10-8 on the fuel when we get in. 145 left to go. Top of descent, another 35 miles. Give them a couple more minutes and we'll get them back in their seat. We are inbound Hayde. We're going to 121. And the pressure is holding beautifully. Temperature back there is nice and comfortable. All in all, beautiful ride. Take a look at you.
Aircraft uniform Charlie India, contact approach 120.5. Up to 0.5, thank you for over. Air 998 Mike Alpha, clear direct Lee County, Romeo Sierra Whiskey, direct Lima Alpha Lima, direct Fox City, Charlie Tango Yankee, direct destination.
Let's get this in here. How are we doing here? Under 25? Yeah, a couple more minutes. All right, you are coming down. Okay. Decision height is 456.
938 Romeo Delta, Roger, Identity, Marathon altimeter 2999. 783 Quebec Sierra, descend maintain call 330.
330 for Quebec Sierra.
Let's cross-check that.
Exit 782, contact center.
Okay, and on the way in, we had... I didn't write that down again.
Brickyard 3576, cleared Williamsport SLT, transition into Newark Liberty. When you're ready to begin your descent, descend and maintain flight level 210.
You cleared the Williamsport arrival SLT transition into Newark. When ready, we can begin our descent down to flight level 210, our discretion, Republic 3576. And that's coming into range now. And what are we looking at here? 15, yeah, we get them back in their seats now. And that is 3003 on the way out. Let's see if that got any better or if it's gotten worse since we left Pittsburgh.
644, contact center 124.55.
2455
And we're just popping on that map now.
40, climbing call 340.
340, center 40. American 1859 at Tree Trio.
Pretty much clear skies the whole ride. Rather nice. Hey, Paul, I didn't see you sneak in here, brother. How's it going, man? Hope you're having a good one.
Descend and maintain 13,000 feet, altimeter 3009er.
So the weather got a little bit better. Descend and maintain 13,000, altimeter 30.09er for Republic 3576. We'll go down to 13. And 3009. Cross check that. That's looking pretty good. And we're going to start our descent here in another 4 miles. And we're coming up on Hade. Hade, we should have 11.7. We're 11.7. 10.7 when we get in. 110 miles left to go to Newark. And let's see, what app are you doing? RNAV Yankee, RNAV Zulu into 29. We're going to be coming in from Kilma.
Silver 334, contact Pros 120.5.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have left our cruising altitude and have started our approach to Newark Liberty International Airport.
And we are on our way down. 41 minutes from the gate, 30 minutes from the runway, and we have 100 miles and we're done. Pretty cool ride. Let's bring that up to 2. And that's going to be 88. Yes, and let's take a look at you. Let's take a look at you. Right, I said we're coming in 29 and get off Whiskey 2 and swing around. That might be doable. That may be doable. Oops, I didn't want that. I definitely don't want that. I keep forgetting the new one. They put it down here in the corner.
4388, every second call at 8,000, South Center 3001.
How are we making out here? Pressure's coming down nicely. Temperature's nice and comfortable. N1, N2, EGT, oil pressure, temperature quantities looking pretty good, as well as our vibrations, and our hydraulics are looking pretty good. All in all, pretty good run. And I'll give you just a little bit of speed break there, Johnny. Keep you honest. And we can get you set as well. Alright, we're coming up on Recce. We should have 11.6. We're 11.6, 10.9 when we get in. 90 miles left to go. And we've had a nice clear sky the whole ride. Really nice view. Yeah, coming north down from Teterboro. Yeah, that's a pretty cool ride too. Although I like coming from the south up to Teterboro and making that right coming into LaGuardia. It's a nice run as well. But I think my all-time favorite has to be the Parkway visual into Kennedy.
715 Charlie Romeo, turn 20, 20 degrees right, vector traffic.
Alright, we are inbound Pens now.
Everyone, stand by.
That should be in range.
715 Charlie Romeo, traffic 11 o'clock, 5 miles. Southwestbound, altitude speed 5,200, type unknown.
So far, the automated co-pilot calling out the checklist has worked rather nicely. Let's get ready to call for the descent checklist here. Descent checklist, please. And we're going to be coming up on... we still got a ways for that. What do we have here? Landing altitude, check, that's set.
Recall?
Recall checked. We have a clean board.
Auto brake selector.
Auto brake selector is set. Check.
Landing data.
Landing data VREF minimums checked, set, and we're going to put that in right now. We're coming in at about 49.
Briefing.
And approach briefing complete.
Descent checklist complete.
All right, we're looking pretty good. And you want a little bit of speed brake there, Louis. All right. All right, Pens, we should have 11.6 or 11.6 on the fuel right now. 70 miles out of Newark now. Got a nice looping left-hand turn coming into 29er.
Brickyard 3576, descend and maintain 6,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 6,000, Republic 3576.
Western 2690, I be checking 12360.
That's clear for 2690.
All right.
Brickyard 3576, contact Newark approach on 127.6.
Our contact Newark approach 127.6, Republic 3576. Good night. Newark approach, good evening, Republic 3576 with you. Descending through 17.8 for 6,000, inbound, suite heading 122. And let's get on standard. Local pressure and gross check that.
Brickyard 3576, Newark approach. Good morning, Newark Liberty, altimeter 3009er. Expect the RNAV Tango runway 29er approach into Newark Liberty.
I got to switch that over. I missed part of that. Yeah, altimeter 30.09. We can expect the RNAV Tango runway 29er approach into Newark Liberty. I don't think that's going to work, Johnny. What'd you just give us here? Not from where we're coming. Nah, we're not going to do that. We're coming in on RNAV Zulu. We're going to get picked up right at Kilmer. Matter of fact, we're 30 miles out of Kilmer right now. All right, sweet. 11.6, 11.6, 10.9 when we get it. 57 miles left to go. Pressure's coming down nicely. Temperature's nice and comfortable. All in all, pretty cool ride. 143, we're inbound.
Kilmer. 3576, I'm extending your downwind to get you down to
See,
descent.
they extended every ride.
Turn left heading 115 vectors for the RNAV runway 29er approach.
We're going to follow the charts in. Descend and maintain 4,000 left, heading 115. Effective for the RNAV runway 29er approach. Republic 3576. We'll go down to 4 though. Every run these guys want to play. They think air traffic controllers is just out there having a grand old time, just vectoring everybody around for some reason.
American 1334 descend via the sandbar, 2 arrival landing east.
Via the sandbar 2 landing.
Yeah, that Parkway visual is just an awesome run. Looks like there's a little mismatch in the clouds here with X-Plane.
Everyone stand by. American 658 descend via the sandbar 2.
All right, our speed is slowing now.
000.
Sandbar 2 landing east, American 658.
And we're 22 miles out of the approach. And we're going to be holding at Dermy on a mist. What did I say? What are we coming in at? Buck 49. That's a nice view out the front. Not bad, and I should be done before 11 o'clock, I think, maybe. That's not bad. And I think I'll be using this checklist going forward now, because that's working pretty good. Definitely have to work on that screen to get the text bigger, though, if I can. It would be nice if SayIntentions allowed that screen to be shrunk a little bit more. I make the text bigger and then it runs off the sides. I asked him if that was possible some time ago, but never got a response, so I would imagine it's not. Here's Manhattan. Off to the left, about 11 o'clock.
American 1751, contact on 124.55.
And let's bring that up now so I can see that.
Number 386, Quebec Sierra, contact on 124.55.
Alright, we're going to be coming up on 10, so let's get set here. And you all set. Approach checklist, please.
Approach. Altimeters.
Right, and is that going to pop up now here? Yes. Altimeter set to local pressure.
Approach checklist complete.
Gotta love that. Nice and simple.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now beginning our final approach into Newark. Please turn off all electronic devices and stow them until we have arrived at the gate. Ensure your tray tables are put away, your seats are in the full upright position.
So I want to get a little bit more muffled.
The current weather in Newark
She's a little too clear. Doesn't sound like the door would be closed here.
Our assigned gate is Terminal C, Gate 18. Thank you for your
Proceed
cooperation.
direct cow, descend and maintain 2,000 feet until established. Cleared for the RNAV runway 29er approach.
Yeah, descend and maintain 2,000, cleared direct TAL. Cleared for the RNAV approach, Republic 3576. So we're going to follow the charts. They're pulling us in a different direction.
American 1157, descend via the sandbar 2, arrival landing east, Senator 29905.
Descend via the sandbar 2, landing east, 95 on the meter, requesting discretion on the speed if that's possible.
American
Let's get that speed down.
Keep your discretion, resume public speed at sandbar.
What's the sandbar, thanks, 1157.
Number 221, Charlie Bravo, contact approach 120.5, advise of your deviation.
There's a Verrazano Bridge. Staten Island. Bay Ridge out in the distance. Coney Island way out to the distance to the right.
On a 2140, contact center 128.22. Number 9,
All right, we're on that chart now.
Fort Myers approach 126.8.
Come on back. And Kilma, 11.4 on the fuel, 11.4 on the fuel, 10.8 when we get in, 25 miles left to go. The pressure has come down beautifully. Temperature back there is nice and comfortable. All in all, it's been a beautiful ride. 10.8 when we get in. Fuel's not going to be a problem unless I can't put her down. Oh, what a great view. We do have a right coming up, though, so you might get a little bit of a view out that right window. Oh, that looks great.
Descend via the sandbar 3 arrival landing.
What a view. And this is why I prefer X-Plane over MS 2024 at night. I have more control over the night lighting effects. Here's Newark Airport, 11 o'clock. I don't know if you can see them there. We're going to slow down here. This is going to come up and bite us quick here. Let's just slow down. Get the flaps down, get the nose down, get a better view out the front. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Alright, we got a left at Gritty coming up, and Gritty, 11.4, 11.4, 10.8, 20 left to go. We're looking pretty good. Whoa, a little bit of a flicker there.
Flight level 300 after delay.
Graphic load from X-Plane, maybe.
2422.
Extra Alpha, Alpha, November Delta, second on this 47.
All right, we are inbound Cowie. Max speed of 230. We're at 220 right now, slowing up. You can come on back, and let me have flaps 1, speed check. I'm gonna slow up here. You know what? We're gonna go right to 5. Give me flaps 5, speed check.
Go ahead.
We're inbound Cowie.
Landing west, the AD says we have to landing east. I just confirm with you.
XLI 726 directly, you're correct. We're landing east. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Give me 10 on the flaps.
JetBlue 2064 level.
Yeah, working on it, Johnny.
JetBlue 2064, center climb, maintain flight level 350.
You know, let's get set up early.
64.
Give me the gear. 3 green, flaps 15, speed check. We're gonna slow all the way up here.
Brickyard 3576, contact Newark Liberty Tower on 118.3 when established.
Contact Liberty 118.3 when established, Republic 3576. Good night. Me 25 on the flaps, speed check. And we'll go right to 30 now. And you should not show speed brake extended there, Louis.
United 2119, you check on at 36.
All right, that's all looking pretty good. Approach checklist, please. And that's Cowie. 11-3, 11-3. 10-8 when we get in. Pretty much right on the money. All right, you bring that up. Altimeter is set to local pressure.
Approach checklist complete.
And over the 90s. You know what? We're just going to put the mist in here now. And what are we holding that on the mist? We're holding it 3. Landing checklist, please.
And maintain level 330.
Landing. Engine start selected.
Engine start select. Is it continuous?
Speed brake.
Speed brake is armed. Set.
Landing gear.
Landing gears down. 3 greens. Check. Set. Flaps are looking good too.
Flaps.
Flaps are set for landing.
Landing checklist complete.
So the co-pilot worked out rather nice from SayIntentions. That was pretty good. Good down at deuce. And we're holding at 3. We got a U-turn coming up here. And the auto flight has handled this ride pretty nice. We're just about coming up on an hour. 58 minutes since we left the gate. 47 from the runway. They did this ride in an hour and 17, but they don't run 737, so we're a little bit quicker than they are. Oh, what a great view. All right, we're looking good here. Let's bring up that now.
American 1191, you copy traffic?
And we got a U-turn coming up here.
American 1191.
2,500.
Would be nice if I had a little more control over the skyscraper buildings, but they don't make for easy adjustments like the regular street lighting does. Unfortunately.
Envoy 3527, contact approach 124.02.
Alright, my bird, I've got control. I'll handle this one. You had the last one, I'll take this one.
American 1191, they're all by Bridge Station down here.
Man, I'll tell you, the rides at Disneyland don't even get better than this.
Brickyard 4388. American 1191, contact center 135.1.
35.1, American 1191, good day.
Newark Tower, good evening. Republic 3576 with you, 4 mile final runway 29er.
American 699, center clear direct Alvac, climb maintain final 350.
Brickyard 3576, Newark Liberty International Airport Tower, wind 020 at 5, runway 29er, cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 29er, Republic 3576. I'll tell you, this has been a great ride.
American 2494, descend the sandbar to arrival landing east.
1,000.
Arrival, American 2494. American 2706, 197 for 250. American 4706, that's right.
Definitely want to watch this again on the big screen.
Approaching minimum 500. Minimum
Continue.
400.
Approaching runway 29.
300. 200. 100.
Careful landing.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Welcome to Newark. What a great ride.
$80 knots.
Brickyard 3576, contact ground on 121.8.
Going to ground, 121.8, Republic 3576. Good night. Get that APU up and running.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Newark. Did you know that Newark is home to the oldest airport in the United States, Newark Liberty International Airport, which opened in 1928? Thank you for flying with Republic Airways. Please remain seated until we reach our final parking position. On behalf of your flight crew, thank you for flying with Republic Airways. The local time is 2:55 a.m.
Well, thank you, 50, but then we should normally.
Newark ground, good evening, Republic 3576 with you on Whiskey 2, looking to go to gate Charlie 84. All right, let's get on the APU. And let's just say we waited a minute.
Brickyard 3576, Newark Liberty International Airport ground, taxi to Terminal C, gate 84 via Whiskey 2, Yankee Uniform Alpha Romeo Foxtrot. Good day.
All right, I got to bring that back up. Clear to taxi to Terminal Charlie, gate 84 via Whiskey 2, Yankee Uniform Alpha Romeo Foxtrot, Republic 3576. Whiskey 2 to Yankee, okay, Yankee. That takes us to Romeo. Yep, that's looking pretty good, okay. So we got a left coming up over here.
American 699, reasonable speed.
And we have electric. Yep, hydraulics should be next. And let me bring that up as well now.
American 1889, electric request 32 final. Station 32? Yes, sir, 32 over. American 1899, okay. I'm in the altitude maintain call 320.
Landing checklist, please. All right, Whiskey 2. We got a left here on Yankee.
Start selected.
I'm in Center Hall, UPS 376, that's 14,000, climbing 167. UPS 376, under cleared direct Alvac.
Pretty cool ride.
Direct Alvac,
and it seemed pretty smooth. I'm going to have to take a look at that on a big screen when I'm not doing all kinds of stuff and see if it was that smooth, but it looked pretty good to me. I'm still waiting on the APU, and what do we have here?
And 20 miles, 10 miles in diameter.
That's the wrong checklist, actually. End checklist.
Okay, let me know when it's set.
Did it end that checklist?
Flight level 340. 340, Delta 2698.
Nope. Okay. So that's a bit of an issue there. All right, let's run through that again. Engine start selectors to continuous.
Speed brake.
Speed brake is set to normal.
American 379, go ahead.
Landing gear.
Landing gears down, 3 greens.
379, okay. Any altitude maintain level 310.
Flaps.
Flaps is set for landing.
Landing checklist complete.
All right, so I got to take a look at that. Something ain't right there. All right, we've got this too. What did I say? We're on Yankee now, and we have that too.
Yeah, the one is past Alvec, but I said 20.
To uniform.
Approved and when able, direct Alvec.
And that was uniform right there. Oopsie. We'll take the scenic route. We'll take Sierra over. Should have made the right there.
Air Mexico 423, climbing again, flight level 360.
Oh no, that was a pretty cool ride. Runway to runway, that was 55 minutes. Right now we're an hour and 6. They did it an hour and 17. But they don't have 737, so we're a little early. Right, and I'm not going to need that anymore.
956, climb maintain, level 330.
Alright, this is Sierra. Let's make the right here. Get out of there.
Contact center 133.5. Copy, center 133.5.
Alright, Sierra, we're at Charlie 1. We're going to take this to Kilo.
Trends at 916, traffic is your 2 o'clock, 7 miles southeast bound and 737, 1,000 feet above. JetBlue 1499, 197, climbing.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's ride. I had a blast. SayIntentions is working beautifully. A couple of minor issues, but nothing really to complain about. Alright, this is Kilo. We got a right on here.
1499.
And it looks like all the gates here are full, man. I hope we could find one.
Maintain flight level 340. 340,
If not, we're going to have to make somebody move. Is that a gate open down there? That might be a gate open. We're going to go take that gate down there. We'll take Alpha.
Air trends at 196 traffic. Get your 2 o'clock, 5 miles southeast bound at 737.
Looks like we're going to have a gate reassignment. Somebody's in our gate.
Air trends at 196.
Somebody snatched our gate. Yeah, a little flicker there, I noticed. Not much, though.
56, contact center 124.55. 12455, American 956, great. Good afternoon, RH821, heavy flight level 400 to low. Flight 821, center roger. Good afternoon, Center Air Mexico 002 Heavy, flight level 380. Air Mexico 002, Center roger.
No, Marshall.
W1499, clear direct Canoa. Direct Canoa, JetBlue 1499.
Okay, brake is set. You're down. Anti-collision. Let them run around. Alright, let's see. What do we have here? Shutdown checklist, please. Let's get set on ground and all that good stuff.
Fuel pump switches.
Ground services, GPU set to chocks ASU, and let's get those doors open. Alright. Shocks are in position. We can lose the parking brake. Ground power is available. We're going to get on ground. Confirm with the AC selector. We're going to get set for unconditioned air. Okay, that's looking good. You're off. APU. Fuel pumps are off. Galley power. Hydraulics. And you're going to stand by. And let's have a peek on the shutdown. Fuel pump switches are set to off.
Brickyard 3576, say again, please.
Oops. Fuel pump switches are set to off. Wrong rocker switch. Probeat switches are set to off.
Hydraulics panel?
Hydraulics electric 2 and 1 are off.
Flaps?
Flaps are set to up and indicator lights are extinguished.
Parking brake?
Where are we here? Chocks in position. Parking brake is offset.
Engine start levers?
And we'll get you off here. Engine start levers are set to cut off.
Weather radar?
Weather radar is set to test.
Shutdown checklist complete.
Alright, that's it. So let's shut down completely now. And then we'll run through that. And actually this checklist is actually pretty decent. Alright, so we're all set. Actually, let's get the doors open here. They open. Oh, they are open. And we're all set here. Okay, let's shut down completely. IRS selectors are off. Emergency exit lights are off. Exterior lights are off. Let's get set for an overnight stay. That is looking pretty good. Alright, that's off. That's off. You're back to both. Galley power, ground power is off. DCAC selectors to standby and the battery switch is off. Let's have a peek. Secure checklist.
Shutdown. Fuel pump switches?
I think it brought up the wrong one. Yeah, it brought up the wrong one again. End checklist.
Okay, let me know when it's set.
Yeah, see, it won't let me end the checklist. Alright, we'll do that again then, and then we'll run through the secure. I wonder if I can bypass that. Secure checklist. I wonder if that'll work.
Fuel pump switches?
Nope, not going to let me do it. Alright, fuel pump switches set off.
Probe heat switches?
Probe heat switches are set to off.
Hydraulics panel?
Hydraulics electric 2 and 1 are off.
Okay, let me know when it's set.
Hydraulic pumps electric 2 and 1 are off. Or set to off. I guess it likes that word set.
Flaps?
For some reason. The flaps are set to up. Indicator lights are extinguished.
Parking brake?
Chocks in position. Parking brake is off. Set.
Engine start levers?
Engine start levers set to cut off.
Weather radar?
Weather radar is set to test.
Shutdown checklist complete.
Secure checklist.
Secure. IRS selectors?
IRS selectors are off.
Emergency exit lights?
Emergency exit lights are off. You can barely hear him. Emergency exit lights are set to off. Yeah, it seems to like that word set.
Window heat switches?
Window heat switches are set to off.
Pack switches?
Pack switches are set to off. And that should be a wrap.
Secure checklist complete.
Alright everybody, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that ride. I wanted to see how good this checklist was going to do. Actually performed rather well. End checklist, it would be nice if that command actually worked. If it did get a little mixed up there, but not that big of a deal. And it would also be nice if there was an option to allow the checklist to remain open until you finish it or you call for it verbally to shut down. other than that, it's worked beautifully. So with that, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the ride. As always, I enjoyed the company and the conversation, my friends. I'm going to check this one out on the big TV while I go have my snack. And for those of you that are with me, you know I always enjoy the company and the conversation, my friends. So I appreciate you stopping by and spending some time with me. I know you have numerous options, so I appreciate it. Let's see, I miss anything here? Came in. Yeah, a little low here and there. I might have taken out a street light. That's all right. They're pretty cheap. All right, everybody. I'll catch you on my next live run sometime tomorrow, more than likely. With that, have a great rest of your night.
Oh, what a great ride.